Hello everyone. So today we're going to solve a very important problem on OpenCloud, which is how to connect OpenCloud to the tools or software we use every day, especially if we work in a company. As you know, with OpenCloud, sometimes we need to do some configurations and settings to allow OpenCloud to automate and manage, in fact, the tools we work with and use in our daily lives. But in this video, I'm going to show you how I can ask OpenCloud to connect to 9,000 applications without having to write a single line of code. And that's what's really interesting. So the idea is simple. I'm going to connect OpenCloud with what we call Zapier MCP. So for those who don't know Zapier, it's simply an automation platform. It allows you to connect applications to each other and even create workflows and automations. But what's the idea here? It's that I'm going to tell OpenCloud to connect with the Zapier MCP, not to create automations, but rather to give it the ability to connect to other applications, to all the applications that I use every day. For example, here on Zapier, you'll see that it's officially integrated with OpenCloud. And this capability gives me control. It lets me give OpenCloud the ability to access all the applications I use daily. Keep in mind, there are 9,000 applications today without writing a single line of code. Why? For example, here I've also added my Gmail calendar. But when I click here, I can type in any application. You see here, for example, I could enter LinkedIn. I can add LinkedIn so that the OpenCloud system can manage my LinkedIn. I can search, for example, here, Facebook. So whatever application you're looking for, you'll find it here. There are actually 9,000 applications. That's really, really interesting. The system today has the power to find all the applications. So the database here is huge with a tremendous number of integrated applications. And today, with just a free account, I can get up to 100 free tasks with Zapier, which is more than enough to automate the system. So in this video, what am I going to do? I'm going to ask OpenCloud, quite simply to check my emails, pull out the urgent ones, give me summaries, and even prepare replies to those emails and ask for my permission to send the response or not if I approve it. The same thing, I'm going to ask it to check my appointments, organize them, and send me, for example, a daily summary of my appointments at 9 a.m. I can even ask it to do research on the people I'm going to contact. So all of this, in fact, we do it quite simply with a very simple system, and OpenCloud, it will actually create these repetitive tasks automatically. And what I gain with the MCP, so MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. It's a protocol that allows artificial intelligences to interact with each other and above all to interact with external tools. And that's what Zapier will provide me. Thanks to this new integration that Zapier has just added, which is OpenCloud, now OpenCloud has access to 9,000, so OTI, 9,000 applications. That's a huge number of applications it has. And so as a result, I can do all this just with my simple OpenCloud account. So in the video, we're going to install OpenCloud and we're simply going to connect it with Zapier. You'll see that it's very easy to do. We won't have to write a single line of code. And after that, I can ask for whatever I want. OpenCloud will execute it. It will do it. And this is a system today that makes my life easier and really makes OpenCloud stand out. Very powerful. No need to install skills. No need, in fact, to reinforce it with code. It's going to be a very, very powerful system. So stay until the end. I'll even give you what we call a course handout with all the prompts, in fact, that I'm going to use here in this video. All right, let's start with the installation and then we'll do the setup together. Well, so now we need to install, so OpenCloud. As you know, OpenCloud is a very powerful tool and also very dangerous. That's why we install it on a secure external server. We never install OpenCloud on our own machine. Because if there's what we call a print injection, it's an attack that allows access to your hard drive. It can browse through your photos, your passwords, your videos, so it's dangerous. That's why we install OpenCloud externally on a private server. That way it doesn't have access to our computer. So today on Hostinger, which I'll actually leave the link for just below, here I can have it set up in 60 seconds. In fact, a server with OpenCloud installed, configured, and ready to launch. So here, of course, I can simply add what are called APIs, so it can connect with, for example, the cloud or other technologies, because it needs a brain in order to function. And if I click here, you'll see that there are two packages. So there's a first package called Managed Services, which honestly, I don't recommend. Why? Because this one doesn't provide root access. And especially if you want to use OpenCloud, you often need the terminal and often need root user access. So root user means being a super administrator. That means having full access to your server so that you can simply do everything you need. In fact, master a few skills, add and enforce certain uses. So as a result, I always actually choose an OpenCloud server with full access. You'll see that these options are here. This is the phrase that interests me. The main advantage, full root access and access to the terminal. Those who choose managed hosting are generally people who just want to test OpenCloud at a basic level, just to have it perform simple tasks. But for most installations, you often need root access. So you absolutely had to choose this package and not the standard one. So it's simple. So here it's going to give me 2 processors, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 100 gigabytes of storage, more than enough. It's an extremely powerful server. And I click on select. Here on Hosting's official website, on the blog, they provided a discount coupon. We're going to use it. It's actually a coupon for people who are buying from Hosting for the first time. So what I'm going to do to be able to accept or activate the coupon is come here and log out. So it's as if I'm a new user. So I need to log in with our email address to pretend that we're a new user. Otherwise, the coupon won't work. So here, I'm simply giving you the coupon to enter. It's GoCloud, so just like that in uppercase, and I click on apply. I hope it's still valid, and there you go. It actually gives me a 10% discount. I'll actually have a server that will be active for 24 months. That's all there is to it. I actually have the right to request a refund if ever needed. In fact, I tested the server. And for example, I find that OpenCloud, generally speaking, doesn't meet my business needs. But generally, if you manage to set it up properly, it's a very, very powerful tool. So here on the left, you have the option to activate the brain right from the start. That means when you check this option, it's ready to use. This one will give you cloud credits, for example, later on. Of course, you can set whichever one you want. And this one simply allows you, as it says here, to run your OpenClaw, because OpenClaw can't run without an LLM. Otherwise, if you have your own API on the cloud, for example, you can simply uncheck this option. Next, I recommend choosing this option, web scraping. It's already free for 1,000 searches, which is more than enough. Personally, I haven't used up the 1,000 searches since I started using ChatGPT on OpenCloud. Because here, when you activate this option, it will give you a system where all the searches you do with OpenCloud, when you ask it to scrape a site, search the internet, or find information, this is the system that will use up the 1,000 free credits. So since it's free, we can go ahead and use it. As for everything else, it's not required. In fact, you can't change anything from here. And all you have to do now is simply continue with the order and confirm so you can access your server. So now, quite simply, you just click on continue. All right, so once we've placed the order on Hostinger, we'll have direct access to our server on Hostinger. So you'll see that the status here is active. So I'll simply copy the token, which is like the password. Then I click on open, and here I'll simply paste the password here and click on connect. So once I'm connected, of course, you need to make sure that here you have the LLM, which is active. For example, here I've set it to cloud, but it really depends on the LLM you want to choose. And so now I'm actually ready to start chatting, either directly here or simply if I want to install it. So the messaging, like Telegram, is used to actually exchange and have discussions with OpenClaw. So here you can simply start typing either in the chat or in Telegram or WhatsApp, even on Slack. So today, the system actually has a lot of channels, what we call communication channels. You can simply set them up, and there are a lot of videos on my YouTube channel where I actually show you how to connect these different channels. Now, let's get down to business. The first thing to do is to request the connection from Zapier MCP to OpenCloud. So to do this, it's simple. You'll see that here, I actually just took it. What I did, so if I go here to Telegram, this is what I sent here as a response. There you go. Here, I asked it to install the MCP. So what it told me is very simple. It told me that I needed to create an account on Zapier on this website here, which is mcpzapier.com. And I also gave you the URL. So here are the links right here. So if I go into this system, you simply need to create a free account on Zapier. And now you'll see when I go into the interface. In fact, you'll automatically find that Open and Cloud were added earlier. We don't have Open and Cloud, so we select Other, because why? it will actually suggest other agents to me. So as a result, when Open and Cloud were added, when you actually click on this connection, automatically here on the left, it will add for me, in fact, this first line here, as you can see, and here it's very interesting. It will actually give me the connection links to the connection link. What does it do? It will create the token and it will actually generate information. So I can show you this since it's actually a test system. What am I going to do? Here, you can ask it to generate a new token, and then I copied this prompt just as it is, like this. And I simply sent it to OpenCloud. And when OpenCloud received those instructions, you'll see that here it did all the research on its own automatically, which is very interesting. And it did the installations. It asked me, what exactly do you want to do in this system? I told it, listen, I want to use the tools that exist on Zapier. And then it tells me, there you go, very good. So it made the connection. And afterwards, it detected that I have two tools, in fact, that I just added. So if I come back here in the application, you'll see that I have a little button here that lets me add any application I'm interested in. For example, if I take Google Sheets, for instance, here, I can give it all the permissions because there are actually a lot. There's a variety of functions available. You can use them to write, to search, to read sheets, and to create new columns and rows. There are a huge number of features. I can give it all the information and then I can click on Connect. I confirm the connection. After that, it will detect my Gmail. It will ask me if I'm sure I want to give permission for Zapier to have access. So I give permission to Zapier, but since OpenCloud controls this MCP, Zapier, so OpenCloud also has control over this tool. I confirm here with my Gmail, and there you go, the connection has just been established. So now, as you can see here, the system is adding all the tools and utilities. There you go, it has just been added. Of course, I can modify it, update it, add or remove some actions, or simply not grant all actions. But in any case, we have access here to add whatever we want. So this is the most important step, connecting Zapier MCP with OpenCloud and then activating the tools that interest us. And you'll see that here I can actually launch. In fact, I can make information requests to OpenCloud, and you'll see that OpenCloud, in fact, it will find the information thanks to Zapier because it won't ask me to give it access to my Gmail. No, everything happens on the Zapier side. Now we're actually going to test this prompt, so I'll copy it like this. I'm going to go to Telegram. Of course, you can actually send the request on Telegram or just come directly here to the chat. So it's the same thing. I can actually launch it here, so it's always the same, so that's the point. Here we're going to ask it to find the last 5 emails I received in my inbox. So now it switches to type in mode. So as you'll see at the same time, it's going to be launched here. So same thing. So what it's going to do now is understand that it needs MCP Zapier because Gmail exists on Zapier. And now it has actually understood the request for the last 5 emails. And you'll see that this is truly an extremely powerful system. Right now, it's getting down to serious business. So here, for example, when it encounters an error, it can correct it on its own and automatically. And that's something I really appreciate with OpenCloud, which has the ability to try again a second time. So there you go, here it found the solution and now it's giving the answer. That's really what it is. When you use OpenCloud, this artificial intelligence, it actually works to solve technical problems. And as you can see, up to this point, I haven't used any programming at all, not a single line of code. So right now, it has just successfully located the most recent and up-to-date email messages I've received. And that really demonstrates the incredible efficiency and power of this entire system in real time. Of course, I can now transition into a specialized mode to automatically process and manage all of this information. And then I can simply request that the system set up these complex automations for me. It's OpenCloud that will do it, but it won't do it on Zapier. It's the system itself that will actually handle it on the server. Now, I'll show you a second extremely interesting point. So now we're going to try to do another request. So this time we're actually going to ask our system to check. In fact, every day at 9 a.m. if there are any urgent emails, then it will actually send me a summary of those emails and send all of that to me on Telegram. So if I run this, you'll see what it's going to do. Here it goes. It's writing. Actually, it's a notification system. It's like a reminder that the system will do every day. It will execute it. So now, if you take a look here, when I check my system records, it tells me that it is activated. In fact, this option here now has the status active. It will start from tomorrow and will send directly to me on Telegram. Of course, it will use the MCP apps to retrieve the emails. And it will also summarize and select the emails that are urgent. So there you have it. So this is the new code that has been created. If I want to navigate directly to the OpenClaw platform, I'll go to this specific section where we can find all of the various items and activities that have been previously scheduled. And I'll be able to clearly observe that the system has successfully created the task within the interface. Right here, I can perform the exact same thing. So if I scroll down just a little bit further, there you go. This is the specific task that was just created. From this point, I can easily make another request if needed. This means I can ask it, since it has access to a calendar, so it can retrieve the calendar. It can also, in fact, write, for example, here on my calendar, every day it sends me something in the morning. So let's change things up a bit. Let's simply set it here so that I want it to send me something every day. At exactly 11 o'clock during the middle of the morning, it sent me a comprehensive summary of all my scheduled appointments for the day. I personally set it for 11 o'clock, but you can certainly choose to do it much earlier if you prefer. So here it is, actively performing the complex programming tasks. And there you go. It just created this entire system right before your eyes. This is really, really interesting, isn't it? It's set everything up, and now it's already telling me that I have 3 programs. No, which are here. So if I scroll up here, there you go. It actually just added a third one. I can also ask it to give me, for example, since I gave it a connection with Google Sheets, I can ask it, for example, on the system to list all the files that exist on my Google Sheets. So here, for example, we're going to make a small request. Here, we're going to ask it to give me all the file names, actually. Google Sheets. Normally, at this point, it should. In fact, it should understand that it needs to go through a paper since the Zap has access to Google Sheets. So there you go, it has it, and the pointer is actually on the PIV. And I have this option here. So right now, it's actually doing the searches. That's what's really interesting actually with OpenClaw. It's actually trying to run the necessary commands and solve the problem to achieve my goal. So we're going to wait a little bit. Here it's telling me that it's not ready yet, but it's still in typing mode, which means it's thinking, looking for a solution to give me the complete list. So what I see here actually is that it wanted to access Google Drive, and from Google Drive it can work directly with the files, specifically the Google Sheets files. So that's not a problem. We'll do what it asked. So I click here to provide authentication. There we go. This is to actually establish the connection. You see, so it even found Google Drive. It actually enabled the tools it will need. So as a result, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to grant access to Google Drive. There we go. So Google Drive has been added. So now if I come back here, I'll simply we'll tell it Google Drive. Down and I launch it. So here, it's actually trying other possibilities to retrieve the list of files I have. And there you go, it brought up the list. That's impressive. It actually brought up the list and gave me 5, so 1 file. But it tells me that if I want it to find all the rest, and that's really, really interesting. Because here I can see that indeed these are actually the files I probably have, Google Drive or Google Sheets. And this actually shows the power of the OpenClaw system. So just imagine what I can do with all these tools. These are tools, very powerful. Now, all you have to do is start an advanced conversation with OpenClaw. You understand that it is capable of finding the tool on its own if you have an idea you want to implement. And it gives you the direct link to activate it on your end. It obviously selects the different features it will need, because if I look here, there are of course functions and actions it has taken into account. So it can do everything for me so that it actually manages to provide me with what I need. An extremely powerful system capable of automating and performing tasks automatically. So tell me in the comments, what tool do you want? In fact, using it with OpenClaw to automate, to simply ask OpenClaw to do a task for you, simply provide me with the name of the tool and a detailed description of exactly what you are trying to do so that I can create a video for you. If you give me a really interesting tool or a good idea, I can create a video of ideas 100% in that case. That way we can test it together and see how effective OpenClaw is with external tools.